Hello everyone. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and starting a couple of minutes early so you have an opportunity to grab all of the props you might use for today's class. If you use no props at all, you're still going to get a nice little stretch, a good little bit of work. We got 30 minutes. We're going to do an upper body focused warm up. We've got 4 different core moves we're going to do, but I'm thinking of the core today as starting from this upper body, getting a little bit of triceps, getting some back, some abs, and I think one of the moves is more shoulder focused. Cool. I recommend having a strap. I have a piece of a broken strap. It works. I like this because it's extra stretchy. If you happen to have a more standard challenging strap, that's cool. You can take a wider grip, whereas I know if I have this strap, I can take a narrower grip, get a little bit more range of motion and more activation than I would find personally with a really large strap. So let me just make sure things are streaming okay over here. You got 2 minutes till we get started. In addition to that strap, you might want to have a block. If reaching down towards the floor is a challenge for you, bring a block. And I'm also recommending some really light weights. Ooh, I got some 3-pounders over here, and these also might start to get a little intense for that exercise that we're doing for that chest upper back. And I'm gonna use some really heavy weights, my heaviest weights as well, for a big shoulder warm up. But you've still got 1 more minute till we get started. Put on any water. Oh my gosh, Jessica. Put on any music if you want to. Make sure you have some water or a beverage of choice nearby. I'm energizing a little bit with some espresso and a splash of milk. Great. Okay, it's that time. I'm back. Hello, everyone. Oh, welcome back. Thank you for joining me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. All right, we're going to get started today. The way I love to just start any class, let's just give ourselves some lateral side to side shoulder step taps. Oh my gosh, and shoulder rolls. I swear, everyone, I'm really excited. I'm going on my first actual vacation in like 3 years, starting this weekend, and there's just so much to prepare for ahead of time and so much work to get done and packing and prep to do, and my mind is just like 10,000 places. Personally, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Not just because of the vacation, other stuff is going on too, because other stuff is always going on, right? So I hope you have a great time today. I hope you'll come back on Friday for our yin for anxiety. Oh my gosh, I think I might even record it early because I'm ready for it. All right, so next you can keep with those shoulder rolls, or I'm gonna have you grab your heaviest weight that you have. Arms relaxed down by your side, feet firmly planted into the floor. Take a gentle bend of the knees, draw your core in, maybe a slight tuck of the pelvis, and keep that chest lifted. Shoulders are down, pulled away from the ears. We're gonna get kind of a shoulder roll, but it's not really like a roll. I want you to go up, back, and down. So not really rolling, those 3 specific directions, up, back, and down. Keep going, up, back, down, up, back, down. Doing awesome. We're going for just about 10 of these. Really intentional, finding the lift, the squeeze, and an intentional release at the bottom. I think 3 more. Make sure you're still grounding equally through those feet. Awesome. And then carefully take a bend of your knees. Mindful of your back, relax the weights back down towards the floor. Let's get a little bit more motion. So next we're going to go for an overhead reach and press. You can take a nice little tap from the toe, getting a little more space in the shoulders. We're going to go for 4, 3. We're going to stick with a similar movement in 2, but just press out to the side wall. Here we go. I like to actually push through that palm, get a little bit more engagement through the upper back and shoulders. 4 more. 3, 2. Opposite toe taps. So toe tap, lift up, toe tap, lift up. If you can't reach all the way down towards your toe, that's also okay. Each time you hinge forward, make sure that you're drawing that core in. Last one, and then back to those presses to the wall. So push to the wall. Take that rotation through your hips. Think about using your breath. 4 more. 3, 2, like you're pressing a swinging door open. Now up towards the sky. Find that nice long length. Quiet stepping with those feet as well. Just 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Relax those arms down by your side. Feel free to shake it out just for a second. We're going to grab our lighter weights because we're still just warming up. We've got a little front and side lat raise. So once again, feet firmly planted down on the floor, shoulders rolled down and back. We're going to bring hands, palms up right to chest, shoulder height, and then opposite side. The arm that's going out nice and wide, a little bit of a squeeze in of that shoulder blade towards the opposite side, and the belly button is pulled back towards your spine. Find that one spot to focus your eyes, just starting to warm up the upper body. We're going to warm up the core now, so both arms up, rotate those arms towards the side, hands down. Both arms up, slight bend in those knees, rotate towards the side. It takes a little bit more engagement of the core to stay right here. You got it. We're going to do 1 more on each side. Last one. Rotate through and down. Lift. Rotate through and down. Great. Take that bend in your knees. Release your feet back down towards the floor. Take a moment to shake it out. Continuing with that opening of the chest. Next, we're going to grab a band. So starting with that band, just about chest height. Find that big squeeze. But as you're finding this big squeeze, make sure that you're not arching that back too much. So there is a slight tuck even of the pelvis. Belly button is back towards spine. A big engagement of the core. And it just depends on how tight your strap is. Maybe your strap is really tight and you're holding all the way out and you're barely getting those arms open, and that is okay too. Let's get our last 4, 3, 2, make sure you're not overarching that back. Final one. Great, relax those arms down. Wow, my arms are already starting to get a little bit tired. All right, next we're gonna go for just some nice up and overs, continuing to find a nice and big reach, up and overs with a step back. So I'm just alternating through, finding a little extra reach towards the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Ooh, relax those arms down by your side. We're gonna grab a weight once more. Next up, we've got some figure 8s with knee drives, starting to bring the core more into the party. So keeping things really nice and wide. Making a big figure 8 with your hands. We're gonna add in some knee drives. So as hands come down towards the left, right knee lifts, hands come down towards the right, left knee lifts. Make that big figure 8, big infinity loop. Let's get 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, Awesome, bend your knees, release your weight back down towards the floor. We got one more move in our warm-up, and the great news is it's a stretch. How's that upper body feeling? I know I'm starting to feel a little schwitzy in here. It's pretty warm outside. All right, so starting with your feet side by side, inhale your arms up overhead sideways. And once they get to the top of your head, interlace your fingers. So I've got an awesome finger gun right here with my hands. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see what I'm doing with my arms. When you first bring your arms up overhead, they might be kind of forward. I want you to press through your heels, squeeze your glutes, lift your chest, and this might already bring your arms up a little bit. Can you bring those biceps back in line with your ears? A little extra opening of the chest. When you're here, press through your feet, and just think of your finger guns like a paintbrush, and you're just painting a nice straight line on the ceiling. Or maybe you decide to get a little creative and make some circles. Awesome. Come back through to center. Find as much length as you can, but create that length not from shoulders coming up towards your ears, but from your waist, and those biceps are still back. Pressing into your heels, draw your core in, take a big inhale, lift up and exhale, slowly, gently come down to the right without bending your elbows, without bending your knees. If you find it's hard to go any further, squeeze your hands, palms together just a little bit tighter. On your inhale, find some lifted length, and on your exhale, take a gentle push through the hips. Let's just take 3 more breaths right here. So inhale, find that lifted length, chest forward to the wall in front of you. Exhale, push through your hips. No collapsing down towards the side, though. You're still creating lots of length. Inhale up, exhale, come on down and push. One more time, inhale up, exhale, push and stretch. Inhale back out through center. Take a moment, relax your arms down by your side. Turn your hands, palms forward. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Interlace your fingers, opposite thumb on top. Stretch from the waist. Press through your heels. Squeeze through your glutes. Lift your chest. Bring those arms back. Long length from the waist. One more big inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly, gently come down to the left. Remember, if you're starting to feel stuck, squeeze your hands, palms together. Eliminate any room for lighter air. Try to get rid of any bend in your elbows or your knees. Chest is forward, no collapsing down towards the floor. Start to use your breath. We're going to take 4 of them. So inhale, find that lift. Exhale, stretch through your hips. Remember, no collapsing on the side, as if we are lifting and leaning over a ball. Exhale, push through the hips. Last 2 breaths. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. 1 more. Inhale, lift, stretch through your hands, squeeze your palms. Exhale, push. And inhale back up through center. Relax your arms down by your side. Woo. Oh my gosh, that was some good stuff, everyone. Let's come on down to the floor. And at the floor, you're gonna want, well, you're gonna need your light weights. Take a quick sip of your beverage if you want, but just a teeny little sip. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of double duty right down here. So starting to come into some ab work and also getting some shoulder work as well. So go ahead, bring those feet out in front of you and even press your heels into the floor. No pressure to keep the balls of the feet down on the floor. Just go. All right, so you can start with your shoulders stacked right on top of your hips. That's gonna be the easiest. Taking a little bit of a hinge back is gonna make the following move harder. We're gonna take these super light weights and we're gonna lift them up so that they're parallel to the floor. And as you can see, my elbows are just about in line with my shoulders. We're gonna take a little bit of a stretch back, maybe an inch, and then squeeze and lift shoulder blades together. So a little exhale back, inhale, lift. Ready? We start in 3, 2, 1, begin. So a little exhale to help us lift up and take that slight little squeeze. The motion is coming from you squeezing those shoulder blades together. Keep those elbows nice and high. Let's get 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your arms down. Take a quick little break. We'll take a 10-second break. Find any stretch you want to. We'll do it one more time in 3, 2, One, lift that chest, pull that belly in, squeeze those shoulder blades in towards each other, getting some good work in the upper body, upper back. A little stress into those shoulders. I got some great news. You're already halfway. Keep those arms up, keep those elbows nice and high. Final 10 seconds. Final 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms back down. Wasn't that awesome? Wasn't it cool how quickly we could really start to feel tired with super light weights or no weights at all? Let's continue working through that back. So we're going to turn on over onto all fours, and we're going to go for a little bit of bird dog. So opposite arm is going to move with your opposite leg. Start by pressing that right knee, right shin, top of the right foot into the floor. Push your left hand palm into the mat as well. Make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders. Press yourself up and find some big length. Stretch through your left hand toes and your right hand fingers. Can you try and get everything in one nice long line? Make sure you didn't sink into that left shoulder. And now we're going to use our breath. Take a big inhale, find your length. Exhale, bring your elbow and knee together to touch. Inhale, find that nice long length. Exhale, elbow and knee back together to touch. Inhale, find your nice long length. Make sure you're not shifting too much into the opposite hip. Exhale to bring it all together. Find that nice long length. Exhale, bring it all together. One more time, find your length. Stretch through your fingers, stretch through your toes. Heel in line with hip the best that you can. And exhale, bring those hands down to the floor. Give yourself a quick little cat-cow. And then plant that left knee, right hand, and extend through your right toes. Left hand, find that length. Squeeze your glutes. See if you can get that heel to lift up and be as in line as you imagine it could be with your glutes. Inhale to find your length. Exhale to crunch it all in. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. One more time. Lengthen, crunch, and then extend. Hold it in this extension. Push into that hand palm. Make sure you're not sinking into the shoulder. Make sure heel is lifted through squeeze the glutes. 2, 1. Exhale, release it back down towards the floor. Oh, give yourself another cat-cow right here. Maybe a little shake or shimmy intentionally through those shoulders. Don't worry, we're going to stretch through the shoulders, through the sides of the body. For now, I want you to take your weights, have them on the sides of your mat. We're going to lay ourselves all the way down to the floor. Next up, we've got some tricep work. All right. Oops. Earbuds, come back. All right. So, holding onto your weights, you can have your mouth kissing down towards your mat or towel. Notice if your shoulders are rounding down towards your mat. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Chest is lifted. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Kneecaps lift up off of the mat. And then really press your pelvis down as well. All right, to get into our triceps with these really light weights, arms are going to stay engaged. Nice lock through the elbow. We're just going to exhale and lift. Let's do it. Lift, lift, palms face up. Shoulder blade squeeze, maybe chest is even a little bit lifted off of the floor. So we kind of got like a Superman, eye gaze down on the floor. Awesome, just about 10 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up nice and high for 5. Squeeze it in. 4. Squeeze it in. 3. Find that squeeze. 2. Bring thumbs towards the thighs. 1. Thumbs towards the thighs. Awesome. Ooh, relax it down. Take a moment. Maybe you bring your hands, palms under your head. Bend your knees. Windshield wipe your legs. Let's get that nice tricep moving one more time. Maybe we'll even pulse those arms a little bit faster if you have it in you. So starting off with that pulse just up and down with a nice straight arm. And we're gonna finish with bringing it in, a nice little squeeze of thumbs in towards your glutes. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Squeeze shoulder blades together, press the tops of the feet into the floor, and we're pulsing. 2. Keep pressing your pelvis, your pubic mound down into the mat for some stability. Make sure that you have it relaxed through those legs. We got 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Hold it high and bring it in, out, in, out, in, out. Last 2, 1. Awesome. Release those weights down towards the floor. Go ahead, bring those hands forward one more time. Press the top of your head into your hands, bend your knees, windshield wipe your legs, relax your back, and also with these arms forward, starting to get a little bit of a stretch through the triceps, the armpits, the lats. What did you think of that one? I think that move gets really intense, really fast. Even with a nice light weight in your hand, it's a great one. If you find that you're traveling, that you can get into, even if you have no weights, even if you just have like water bottles in your hand. All right, so we did a good warm up just now into the upper body, into the back, starting to challenge the abs a bit as well. We got one last core focused move. We're gonna use a little bit more of the body. Let's stick with the right arm, left knee, working for 30 seconds. And then we got left arm, left knee, working for the second 30 seconds. All right, so our move is gonna be, you can have your left arm out by the side, a nice little elbow to knee bicycle crunch, bring it on down, and then a nice little jackknife tap up. And it's up to you how much of yourself you want to lift up off of the floor to really challenge those abs a little bit more, or if you're not feeling strong enough to really lift your back up off of the mat, just keep that lower back down and get as much crunch as you can. All right, so we're gonna go for 30 honest seconds. We start in 3, 2, 1, begin. So elbow to knee crunch, and then tap that toe. You can be pressing your opposite heel into the floor for a little bit of assistance. Remember, we're sticking with the same side, for 30 seconds, but you're going the pace that you want, and you're doing the intensity that works for you. So even if lower back is staying on the mat because you're being smart for your body today, you can still be getting some great work using your breath, driving that knee up. Take a break. Ooh, take a break. Take a breath. We're gonna get left elbow to right knee in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So left elbow, right knee, and then left fingers, right toes. Elbow to knee, exhale to lift, fingers to toes. How quietly can you lower yourself back down? Remember, you can either use your hand to help a little bit. Maybe you stay low for one, come high for the other. You're almost there. Just about 5 seconds of work. 3, 2, you made it. Yay. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Just take a moment down here on the floor. Relax your breath. Relax shoulders away from your ears. Stretch your elbows towards your hips. Feet are side by side right now. You made it through the warm-up. You made it through the workout. Let's start to stretch it out now. So we're gonna come onto all fours, find your way into tabletop, however you want to. I'm a little spatially limited, so I'm just gonna roll myself over into this tabletop. And from here, we're gonna take a couple cat-cows. Just a couple, because you can do these later. Let's come into a nice neutral tabletop. Keep your left foot down on the floor, extend that right leg back behind you, push into your hands, palms. Already you might feel that back activating. Inhale your right leg up, exhale, cross the right leg over the left side of the body, and then with some length in your spine, make sure your shoulders aren't crunching towards your ears. Look over your left shoulder for your right foot. You're gonna even emphasize the stretch from the right hip towards the wall away from you, decreasing the space between your lower left rib and your left hip. Big stretch through the right side of the body. Check in again, make sure you're not sinking into those shoulders. Bring your head back to center. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring your right leg in. Treat yourself to another cat, another cow, or maybe two. And then come on back to that neutral tabletop, pushing into your left hands, both hands. Oh my God, Jessica. Extend your left leg behind you is where we were going. Draw that core in, make sure you're not sinking to the shoulders. Inhale, left leg up and cross left leg over the right side of the body. Press into your hands, palms once more. Find that lifted length and look over the right shoulder. And remember, both sides of the body are not the same, so do whatever feels right for this side of the body today. Go ahead, inhale, bring your head back to center. Press into your hands, palms on your exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring it back next to your right. Cat-cow. One more time, and then we've got a big stretch coming for the low back. Open your knees a little wider if you want to. Send your glutes back towards your heels. Walk your hands forward for some child's pose. Already starting to really stretch into the shoulders. And the more that you press your hands into the floor, the more you can send the stretch into your low back as well. If having your hands all the way forward is in any way uncomfortable, take as generous of a bend of your elbows as you need to be kind to your shoulders today. And let's take just about 4 breaths right here before we gently change the pose to focus a little bit more in and on the upper back. And remember, you can always tense your fingers like spiders or like the top of a cupcake. No, I don't want to think about cupcakes during my workout. I like thinking about the spiders. All right, we're gonna bring ourselves forward. So slink your chest down towards the floor. Maybe you take that bend in your elbows now. Maybe you open your arms a little bit wider. You can even bring your hands under your forehead to get your chest towards the floor. Starting to stack your hips on top of your knees for some melting hearts pose or puppy pose. And depending on how tight your chest and upper back are, you might not be able to get your your heart to the floor, and that's okay. Relax through your feet. Let's thread the needle from here. So extend one hand forward and another arm is going to come underneath. Start to apply some pressure from your chest into that hand. A nice little mix of a thread the needle, child's pose, maybe puppy pose with your hips on top of your knees if that feels good, or your lower back. And if not, you can always sink a little closer of glutes towards heels. And let's switch. Opposite arm comes underneath. We're gonna do our next posture to get even more of a stretch into this upper body, more of this needle threading half bow tie feature. So think of this as just a little bit of a warm up for that. Take 2 more breaths. And then unthread the needle. We're gonna bring our bellies all the way down to the floor. All right. Give it a little bit of love to the lower half of the body. I want you to bring your arms to your sides like a goalpost. And then let's start with that left leg lifted, bringing that left leg up into a half frog, creating as many 90-degree angles as you can right now, from the top of your foot with your shin, from your shin with your thigh, from your thigh with the side of your body. So just relax here for a second, maybe even actively pressing that inner thigh knee into the floor to feel a little bit of a stretch into your glute. And now we're gonna get the half bow tie feature of this song. So you're gonna take your right arm, you're gonna need to lift your chest and thread your right arm underneath the same way that you had when you thread the needle before. And just find a place where it feels good to get a little bit of a stretch in the shoulder. Maybe you need to bring the arm down, maybe you need to bring the arm up. And from here, we're gonna turn it into a spine twist. So start by reaching your left hand out with your right arm now crossed under your body, and then open your left hand like a beautiful book right into whatever you have around. And now we're in a big spine twist, probably different than most spine twists that we do together, because I'm doubtful that your left shoulder is going to come towards the floor. A little bit more stacking of those shoulders, even though left might be open, stacking of those hips. You can keep those knees bent, or you can even extend through your top left leg for a little extra stretch through the left leg. You're welcome. And if you need to hold in these stretches for a little bit longer, especially if you're watching this video later on your own, feel free to hit pause or just stay here as long as feels right for you. But for now, we're gonna roll back over onto our bellies. We're gonna come back into goat post arms. And other leg is gonna lift up for our half frog. Remember the option to gently press that inner thigh into the floor. Taking a couple moments, a couple breaths to enjoy the stretch in our hips. And then as you're ready, let's thread that needle one more time. So a little half bow tie. So trying to create some pressure with your upper body, chest to your arm on the floor. So you're getting a nice stretch through the shoulder and whatnot. Just a couple breaths right here before we will open our arms like a beautiful book to be in a spine twist. I tell you, these stretches are so much easier when you're someplace with a little bit more space, like if you're actually able to go into a fitness center, or maybe you have a larger room to exercise than I do. All right, both arms stretching out. We're gonna open the right arm like a beautiful book and come into this great big spine twist. And you can keep your right knee bent, or you can get a little bit more stretch if you extend your right leg out, almost like a reversed cat tail pulling posture. Just 3 more breaths right here. Try to create some stillness. So let's roll over onto our bellies once more. Bring your hands, palms in line with your chest. Tuck your toes under. We're gonna press ourselves up into a plank. Can you hold that plank for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hopefully the answer was yes. Now send those hips up towards the ceiling. You can shorten your step for one last stretch through the shoulders, through the low back in this down dog. Option to pedal through your heels. And then as you're ready, walking your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Here's that hamstring stretch. I promised you can take as generous of a bend in your knees as you want to, and while you're here, take a moment, shake your head yes. shake your head now. Let's get a little hands to feet pose in our last couple moments together. So heel toe your feet in closer towards each other, and we'll reach those hands back. Can you step on your fingers? If not, that's okay. Can you bring your shins towards your calves? And if not, that's okay. Can you reach back and maybe grab hold of your opposite elbow? So just trying to create a deeper sandwich of your belly towards your thighs, a little weight shifting towards the balls of the feet. Relaxing the crown of the head towards the floor. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more big inhale. On your exhale, release your hands back down towards the floor. Biceps come close towards your ears. Press into your heels. Inhale. Lift yourself up. Arms lift with your hands. Stretch all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Yay! Wow. Wow. I hope that your back is feeling as open and amazing, some nice openness through the chest right now that I know I'm feeling. If you have any questions or concerns about anything we said or did, I know you'll reach out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you'll check back later for the stream of the yin yoga class for anxiety coming your way later this week. Have a great day, everyone.